Hello, everybody. This is Walter Monteiro. I'm here interviewing Victor Hussein from Hussein Law in Kitchener Waterloo. And thanks very much for joining me today, Victor.
No problem.
Victor, I want to ask you a question with regards to having a lawyer in a real estate transaction. I know a lot of people will come to me, why do I need a real estate lawyer? Well, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, a real estate lawyer, first of all, is mandatory for getting a mortgage on a property when you're buying a house. Okay, but aside from that, our job is to protect the client in terms of doing all the necessary searches with the city, the land registry office, sheriff searches, etc., to make sure that when you own this house, you actually own it outright, save for your own mortgage. Right?
Okay.
That's our job, basically, is to clear the title, make sure you own it, take care of it that way.
Okay. Now, what about on the buyer side? Is that now they don't own the property, so why do we need a lawyer to represent me in a transaction then?
What we're doing is we're searching everything about the seller at that point. If they put up a driveway without a permit, that sort of thing. So we're watching for everything that way.
Okay.
Right? So we're sort of protecting the property you're about to buy and clearing that.
All right, great. Now, is there anything specific that you think a home buyer or a home seller should have addressed in an agreement of purchase and sale that perhaps you don't see on a regular basis, or maybe something that you think that should be included in the transaction?
Well, most of the clauses that I think are necessary, realtors usually put them in anyways. For example, conditional on home inspection, conditional on financing, that sort of thing. So it's usually taken care of. The only time we get involved at that stage is if it's a rental property you're purchasing, right? Sometimes we need to help you out with the clauses put in the end, what you need in there for our purposes so that we can protect you in terms of getting copies of leases, tenant acknowledgements, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But on your standard residential purchase, no, the realtors are fantastic.
Okay, great. Now, what about title insurance? We hear a lot about title insurance.
Yes.
What's really interesting about it is I find that sometimes the older the lawyer, the less they like it. But can you tell us a little bit about that and why we should have title insurance on a real estate transaction?
Yeah, well, I think when you're used to doing it a certain way, you're used to doing it a certain way, right? And when new things come out, like electronics, etc., with the internet and all that, people get a bit nervous to trying a new product. I believe it in wholeheartedly. I don't think I've done a transaction without title insurance in the last 7 years.
Okay.
Okay. Title insurance, the beauty of this thing is that you buy the product when you purchase the house. Okay. It's a minimal fee, but then you don't pay for it every year to maintain this insurance like you do with car insurance. And it protects you not only for the searches that a lawyer does. So if we do make a mistake, in the old days, you had to actually hire another lawyer and come after us. Our insurer would protect us and defend it and so forth. Well, with title insurance, as long as there's a title defect, it doesn't matter who caused it, they will fix it. There is no deductible, they will fix it. Okay? And then they will pursue the people that you would have normally do.
That messed it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see.
Now, after closing, and this is where it stops, with a lawyer not buying title insurance, you get the report on the day of closing stating you own the house, it's free and clear. The day after, if somebody puts a fraudulent mortgage on your house, pretends to be you, and gets a mortgage and puts it on your house, there's no liability on the lawyer. Title insurance still guarantees beyond that period that they'll cover your title if you didn't do anything wrong to it.
So they basically take care of clearing up the mess, and then they chase the people that are responsible
To recoup the cost, exactly.
I got it. Okay. All right. Now, what is it? Now, you see quite a difference in fees in lawyers' fees. You see some guys doing it for sometimes next to nothing, and other guys that charge a fortune.
Right.
Now, one thing that I know my clients like about your office is that you have a set fee that you charge. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
What you'll find is if you do call law firms, right? If you were to ask me, Victor, what's your legal fee on a transaction? I can answer that two ways. I can tell you my full account with expenses, or I can just tell you the fee portion of my account.
Okay.
Right? The fee portion right now is $600.
Right.
Okay. The actual account that a client faces is more like $1,300, depending on the purchase price and the title insurance policy we have to get, and so forth, so forth. Right?
Okay.
But that's a far cry from one to the other. So when you speak with lawyers, you've got to ask them the right questions, which is what is everything included, not just your fee.
Right.
I want it all. I'm not going to pay you a dime more.
Right.
I have a lot of clients that actually asking me to email the quote as well, so they've got it in writing. I think that's a great idea.
Right. Yeah.
Now, because we do such a large volume, we can set our fees, and then even if there is troubles and we have to write a ton of letters and meet with the client 100 times, we don't charge anything else.
Okay.
We can guarantee it due to the volume we do.
Okay, great. And you've been practicing in the Cambridge KW area for how long now?
15 years.
Great. Yeah, it's been a while.
2 offices, yeah. We've got 10 clerks, a junior lawyer.
Was that a little lawyer running around? All right, well, that's great. Victor, so if somebody wants to get a hold of you and wants to get a quote from you, how can they reach you?
Phone number is very easy, 744-8585.
Okay.
Or if you go onto our website, which is vhlaw.ca,
Okay.
you can get us from there.
Excellent. Thanks very
Thanks
much.
so much, Walter.
Victor, I appreciate it. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. And if you have any other questions, we've displayed Victor's website below, so you can log on there and just email him or give him a call. Thanks very much.